top of the dirt, and the dirt is not on top of me.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm going to call this meeting to order. A special school board meeting. Jacksonville North Pulaski School District will be the model district where every learner is valued and empowered to become a successful contributing member of society. It's our mission to foster a culture of ownership and accountability through partnerships that create multiple pathways for success. Mr. Moore, please call the roll.
Okay, Colonel Smith, Daniel Gray,
Here.
Ava Coleman. Is she?
She's not here.
Okay.
Got it.
Jim Moore, here. Ron McDaniel,
Present.
Dana Tony,
Here.
Lauren Martin,
Here.
Lauren Walker.
Here.
Two not here, sir.
All right, very good. If you'll go ahead and stand with me as we observe a moment of silence followed by the pledge.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Ms. Chisa, do we have any public comments?
Yes, sir. We have one person signed up. I guess I read it. Miss Teresa Cook. Her subject matter is resolution/grade.
All right. So good evening. We now open the floor for public comments. There is a designated time for community members to share their thoughts on matters before the board. Thank you. We welcome and appreciate your input and ask that you speak respectfully and professionally. Please refrain from making statements about individual students or district staff members. As the board only considers such matters upon recommendation from the superintendent, your comments will be recorded in the official minutes. While we value your perspectives, please note that the opinions shared during public comment do not necessarily reflect the views of the board. And I will remind you, it is public comment, not public discussion. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. Cook, you are recognized. You have 3 minutes to speak.
Greetings, council members. I commend your tireless efforts to enhance our community. As a proud grandmother of a 3rd grade student in this district and a resident of Jacksonville, Ward 5, I'm eager to share my thoughts. Despite our investment of $1 million millage tax, our schools are still achieving only 60% at reading level. Jackson Elementary has not improved from its letter F grade. I would like to, I'm sorry, I had shortened it. I'd like to ask the board also to vote no to President Gray joining the First Arkansas Bank and Trust Board. This bank is the bank used by the board financially, and President Gray's presence in the board creates an ethical conflict of interest. I am wondering if the district attorney or legal has provided any guidance on this situation or its appearance to our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cook. Appreciate you signing up to speak. All right, that is the only person signed up, so that is the end of public comment. And our next item for agenda, we've got some building project, pre-K relocation.
Yes,
Dr. Ola.
good evening, board members. Wanted to get your approval and blessing to move to our next proposed building project. It says pre-K relocation, but there are several potential projects that have been brought to our attention over the past few months, i.e. the 6th grade academy next, which could be a separate building next to the middle school, or possibly additions to the middle school or another wing, which would be phase 3, an auxiliary gym at the middle school, or a new band or larger band room. Also, possibly a sports complex on the site with the middle school, or possibly a partnership with the city with Dupree Park. So just wanted to have that discussion with you all on what you felt like our next project should be, to get your ideas, and you all can make a formal decision tonight, since this is a special board meeting, or give us some marching orders to bring to the November board meeting, but we wanted to start proactively planning so that we could move forward with that. I would just say, if I could add to this, the pre-K would be a goal of ours to move them from Homer Atkins after we renovate Merle Taylor. We would also, and if possible, like to have Dr. Picard to come, because we would like to use that multi-purpose building that's next to the old Merle Taylor building for a potential CTE center for our HVAC and welding programs that we currently bus those students to ASU BB Searcy, and we would like to keep them in district. So those are some potential projects for that particular site, and Dr. P has a presentation on what that CTE center would look like.
Sir, Mr. Lester is going to present with her also.
Okay.
While you're setting up, I'll open it up for questions on pre-K. How many pre-K classes are currently at
Do we have 10?
Homer Atkins?
8?
There is, at Homer Atkins, there's 10.
10.
And then at Bimeda, we have 2, and then at Lester, we have
So
How many at Lester?
one.
One.
What's the total number? We got 200 plus?
We have about 275 students. We still have room that we can fill another classroom. And it's a 4-year-old classroom, so we're just waiting as applications come in.
So we have slots available?
We do have slots available for 4-year-olds.
Okay, so help us with, how many 4-year-old pre-Ks? Is it
Okay.
3-year-old
Right now,
pre-K before that?
We have 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds. And right now, at Homer Atkins, we have about 4 3-year-old classrooms. And then in the remaining classrooms are 4-year-olds. And then at Bimeda, we have a 4-year-old program. And at Bobby G, we have a 4-year-old program.
So where are the 3-year-olds you didn't?
The 3-year-olds are at Homer Atkins.
How many are there?
The number of
How many
3-year-olds.
classes?
Classes is about 4.
There's not still a 3-year-old class at
No,
Bimeda,
it's a 4-year-old.
but 4-year-old classes.
Mhm. 4-year-old. We did not have enough space with the current enrollment.
Okay.
So we've got 4 3-year-old classes and 6 4-year-old classes at, if my math is correct.
It should total about 13 classes.
10 there, and then 2 at Bimeda and 1 at Bobby G.
Mhm.
Okay. And how many are in a pre-K class?
We can have up to 20 scholars,
20.
and that's with a teacher and a para.
And how many classrooms total are at Homer Atkins?
Should be 10 at Homer Atkins.
No, I meant in the school.
Oh, classrooms.
Like for when it
In that
was an
500
elementary
building,
school.
We have how many classrooms? About 2 extra in that 500 building. So it would be enough to house probably 2 more classes.
And how many spaces at Merle Taylor, the old Merle Taylor building?
Mr. Lester will have that.
13.
So we could put 13 okay. Do we have a renovation cost, or have we already started that over there? That's what we're fixing to look at?
So would we leave the pre-K classes at Lester and Bimeda that are currently there, or would everybody move to Merle Taylor?
No, only the classes at Homer Atkins would move to the new site.
Taylor.
I have one more question about pre-K. Right now, we've not ventured into paid positions of pre-K, correct?
Not yet. We definitely have discussed the paid positions
Well, with the paid position,
or space.
well, we can look into the paid slots. Our first option, because we had been approved for CCDF, that was with vouchers. We were hoping to fill seats with vouchers, but recently, the state of Arkansas has cut several of those vouchers, so they're not giving out any additional vouchers. So we have had the conversation of a paid pre-K at Bobby G. Lester. So we're looking into what that would involve.
Well, good afternoon. I'm here for a different reason, for that same site, the old Merle Taylor building. option for the multi-purpose building outside of Morrow Taylor. And asking for a blessing to kind of earmark that building for this purpose and to move on exploring this plan. But what we're wanting to do with that building is a career technical center. And I'm gonna answer all the questions as quickly as I can. Basically, the what we're envisioning is in that multi-purpose building. It'll be split into two different classrooms. And our CAD department built a little plan for you here. But on one side of it would be a welding pathway, set up as a welding, and the other side of it would be a construction technology pathway, which would have MEPS, which is mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. So that's kind of the overall dream of it. And with the Career Technical Center, if it's set up that way, it can offer college credit, as well as high school credit. So our high schoolers would get college credit for the work done at the Career Center. So the why is we're trying to get concurrent college credit in every single one of our pathways. This is the secondary career centers that currently exist in Arkansas. You can see there's a few around central Arkansas, and we use those few. One of them is ASUBB Searcy. We send our welding and HVAC students there, but transportation is 38.1 miles one way. So we have that twice a day for those students, and their schedule's different than ours. So some of our kids end up missing periods that we need them to have for high school graduation. So we are making it work, and we've got fixes on it, but we want to move that to us. That's one of the problems that we're trying to fix. We currently use Pulaski Tech for culinary on-site, but all of their other concurrent options for us for CTE are mainly virtual pathways. And we want our kids hands-on. We want them certifying. We don't want them in the virtual pathways for CTE. We have another option, and that is the Little Rock School District has opened their own Career Tech Center. It's on Scott Hamilton Drive that we could use. However, most of the pathways are the same that we already have at our high school, except for the two that we're wanting to put in the multi-purpose building, advanced manufacturing and welding. So that is an option we have right now. And then the other things that we're exploring is an LPN program with UALR. They're writing a grant for a simulation lab, banking through UALR, Philander Smith with pre-educator pathway, and this is where all the college credit will come from, and an accelerated general associates for those not wanting CTE. So we have lots of ways we're trying to get college credit into our pathways, except for the HVAC, MEPS, and welding pathway. That's the ones we're working on. So the where would be the Morrow Taylor multi-purpose building, and Mr. Lester is going to take over this piece.
So Dr. Picard and Mr. Michael Benson asked me to meet him over at the multi-purpose room to look at it, and he sent me the drawing that we would need to be able to service those two avenues. And the good thing is we already have a classroom in there, with the music room in there, and the stage area would be able to we could make it into another classroom. It has ventilation and everything like that. But we don't have the stalls and those kind of things. So I got with WR, who they have built one before, to get kind of a ballpark cost of what it would take to renovate. We currently have 15 students, so this is based on the 15 to 16 welding stations, and it would include electrical to each station, ventilation to each station, and the demo of the existing sports floor, because it is a basketball gym, and a roll-up door to be able to access to any of the supplies that are outside, and the welding screens between the stations, and a ballpark figure for that is around $300,000 for that renovation to make it doable for those two programs.
Is that for both of them, welding and the?
As for the welding, would have a classroom HVAC, but that's just set up for that phase one that she was talking about there.
Okay.
But there could be an additional classroom, as I said before.
So you're talking about both sides of that cost, right? So that's all those pathways, welding, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, think that's all of them.
It
And
would be the equipment that would be.
Equipment.
The cost. Yes, sir.
so the way it could work, if you guys decided to move forward with this, is phase one would start now. We would only need to do one side of the building, the welding side, so we can bring our kids back home next year, and get the welding side started. Purposely only doing that one side because there's lots of startup grants we can apply for this, but we can't apply for them until October. And then phase two would be applying for the Office of Labor to be a career tech center. With that comes some different types of money, some state money that also helps fund it, because we'll be promising that we can also let other districts within a 25-mile radius of us send their scholars if they so choose. We would be looking at Lone Oak, Cabot, those places around us that does not have their own career center like Little Rock School District does. And so those are the types of things. So it'd be fall 2027 when both sides were open, and it could be considered a career center and giving college credit. So it'd be a 2-year phase-in. And the WHO is the Office of Skills Development. That's who this would go through to be able to give the college credit. We would be the host school, and they would be the technical center that, in essence, gives us funding for some of the things and some of the grants that we could possibly write along the way. So that's the spiel for you guys to consider. I'll answer questions, but one of the things that we haven't worked through yet is we think there'll be lots of partners along the way. We have a welding school right here in Jacksonville that we could be filtering our kids to. They just can't give college credit and high school credit.
I've had a plumber reach out to me recently asking for us to start something like this and wants to be a partner.
Yes.
Pretty large plumber too, so.
And so the advanced manufacturing piece, HVAC, I mean, I feel like there's lots of people that would be interested, but we're just on the beginning of, can we use the building? That's where we're at. So we'll leave it with you guys for discussion.
No, wait a minute, I have a question. Would you put the slide up again with the building, and where will the welding part be in that building?
The bays are where the welding go.
Yes, and I tried to, we did this on the CAD program at the high school, so we don't have the big poster for you, but this is the small one, and you know I'm a teacher at heart, so I have to point.
That's why I asked you that question.
I need a pointer and a whiteboard. So from here over, this is the stage. This would be a classroom. These would be all the welding bays. Then there'd be a wall dividing it because of the flash. You have to have a wall dividing it. And this would be the other open space for MEPS, the mechanical and electrical and plumbing. And then this is the existing classroom that would be their classroom. And so then you'd have 2 entrances, one to the welding side and one to the MEPS side.
Yeah, that was my
And a
question.
roll-up door on that.
Okay, that was, my concern was a wall from, separating the welding area from the rest of it.
Yes,
So
there has to be one.
we're gonna have sprinkler systems and all this, is it already in there, currently, just in case of a fire or something?
No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Because it was a 9,000 square foot building, it did not have to have the sprinkler system, so.
Would we have to have it now with a welding?
I don't know the answer to that.
We're just.
That's part of the
We'll comply with all code
investigation.
and-
I know that they're
requirements.
not, I know that there's, I misspoke because we were having to put one in the pre-K.
How much are we spending on transportation for these students annually?
15.
Mr.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, we can, because it's 40 minutes there and
it's a
40
bus
minutes
driver,
back.
it's a, you know,
I think this is another opportunity for us to grow, and I think it's great, and those trades are severely needed. I mean, welding is great, but the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, we gotta have more training for that. I think it'd be a great opportunity for our scholars.
Just the brief conversation that I had today, Mr. McDaniel, from what I heard from him just in that talk, is that there are, in those stations, they have to have a fire suppressant
Yes.
in the stations, so,
Yeah.
but I do not know that they're about the whole building, but I do know that each one of those stations have to have that. That was considerable cost on that.
Right.
That's why it was a little higher than I thought.
Okay.
and the power to, it has to be put in there, because the current, power is not gonna be able to,
Ms. Walker?
Is there gonna be grants for the equipment though, you said?
Yeah, there's something called Perkins Startup Grants, and you can apply for them each year as you start a program. We've gotten them, that's how we started nursing. We started banking that way. And so there's a grant for welding startup and a grant, now none of that's guaranteed, but we will certainly apply for everything we can all along the way. And then to become a career tech center, some state money comes into that. So,
And funds for that are coming out of the building fund, right? For the renovation.
Renovation, startup, and then whatever we can get from grant. So yes, so building fund, and then
So some of our neighbors have this already, like BB, does BB have one of these?
no, Little Rock School District has one.
I thought
called
BB had
Metro.
one also.
Well, BB, they do have one, but it is their actual college campus, and then they've got some rooms within their college
Okay.
campus. And then a Cersei satellite that allows our kids to get high school and college credit. But it's all within the BB college.
I hear a motion.
Make a motion to approve this recommendation?
Second.
Any other questions or discussion? So this is just the C career technical education part of the discussion.
Yes.
Move forward with that ASAP.
We'll start planning.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. All right. Thank y'all. So let's go back to the other discussions. And personally, Bobby, how old is Homer Atkins?
it's an 80 building. It's
Are you sure?
I think
That's all right. My dad went to
late
sixth grade
80s,
there.
yeah. It's our newest old building.
That's Merle Taylor. Merle Taylor is.
Oh, Merle Taylor.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Homer Atkins.
Homer Atkins, that's the oldest building in the state.
Get your hearing aid
We've been putting lipstick on that pig for a while. So.
Yeah, so, okay.
I'm sorry, I thought you knew Merle Taylor.
So, I think pre-K is a big deal, and I think that sets us up for success as we move them up. And I think getting them out of that facility, where we've got great facilities for everything else, I think Merle Taylor is our newest building, and after how we did our care, I think it was awesome, and I would assume we would be doing similar remodels for the pre-K.
We average over $25,000 a year on maintenance on the old Homer Atkins.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think anything we can do to get that facility empty and those students over at Merle Taylor, which is probably even a little more centrally located or easier to get to than Homer Atkins. So I think that would be my priority of all the things discussed. I think all the other stuff's good too, but
Yeah.
for immediate.
I got one question. They have an indoor playground over there at Homer Atkins. Is that something that can be?
yes, sir. We've already talked about. We have a space designated.
Okay,
It can be moved.
It can be moved.
excellent.
So is there any, is that kind of the consensus to focus on the pre-K
Right.
first priority?
I think that ought to be a priority.
And if y'all want to bring the presentation at the next meeting,
We can.
numbers and whatever, or whenever you get it done.
We, in the packet there, we are actually currently getting the building ready for anything that we put in there, which is the
Okay.
fire suppressant and the sanitation, because sanitation's lines were collapsed. And with any renovation, you don't really know what you get till you get in there. But at this point, we are working on,
So
being ready.
those costs are already being absorbed.
They're already in motion, so that's separate from what
Yes, sir.
the rest of the renovation would be.
All right, thank you. Any other comments on that? All right, next item is board resolutions. Dr. Ola.
Yes, we have two before you, and I will ask the board to consider them separately. The first one is, we have a elementary teacher who works at Lester Elementary. She is married to a co-owner of Innovative Direct Marketing LLC. They produce high school graduation programs. The high school graduation committee selected the company not knowing that she worked at Lester Elementary and that she was married to one of the co-owners. The teacher who works at Lester did not participate and will not participate in the committee at the high school, but because she works for the district, we needed to bring that. And as the employees complete the financial disclosure each year, these type of things come up, and so we needed to bring, we did consult with Mr. Richardson, our attorney, and he felt like that this resolution would suffice and meet the letter of the law if approved by the board. So the resolution is before you with the recommendation to, for you to review and take action.
All right. Did I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So we've got a motion to approve the resolution for the,
Yes.
yes, and a second. Any other discussion on that one? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. And then the next one.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Gray, we ask you to.
Well, I will step out for discussion, but are there any questions of me? I don't feel like there's a conflict. I'll just say that. And I will step out. I know Miss Ava's not here, so
Mr. Moore
Mr. Moore
will be in charge, secretary.
I'll step out.
Have at it.
I'm waiting for you.
So, Mr. Moore, before you is a resolution for Mr. Gray to continue as a board member, but also serve as part of the board of directors for First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Mr. Scott Richardson reviewed the request and developed this resolution and felt that if approved, Mr. Gray does not participate in any discussion, participate in any action that involves First Arkansas Bank and Trust. And if this resolution is approved, and then it will go to the Secretary of Education at the Arkansas Department of Education for his review and approval. And if all of that is approved, then we will be in line with the letter of the law.
Let me read this now.
Yes, sir, you can. Yes.
Okay, this is a resolution. Whereas the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District Board of Directors met in a special, open, and properly called meeting on October the 13th, 2025 at the Pinewood Professional Development Center in Jacksonville, Arkansas. Whereas 5 members were present, a quorum was declared by the chair. Whereas the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District, JNPSD, has placed its banking services with First Arkansas Bank and Trust, which is based in Jacksonville and has provided substantial support to the district since the very beginning. Whereas the Board of Directors is reliably informed that Board President Daniel Gray has been offered a position on the First Arkansas Bank and Trust Board of Directors, that Mr. Gray would like to accept that position, and that he would like to ensure that any potential conflict that may arise from his service on both boards is properly handled. Whereas JNPSD has enjoyed a mutually beneficial relationship with First Arkansas Bank and Trust for many years, that Mr. Gray has been active in the community for many years, and that Mr. Gray's service on both boards would continue the mutually beneficial relationship. Whereas Mr. Gray left the meeting prior to the discussion of this matter and did not return to the meeting room until the voting on the contract had been concluded. Whereas after serious consideration, the board moved to approve Mr. Gray's service on the First Arkansas Bank and Trust Board of Directors while continuing to serve on the JNPSD Board of Directors, with the restriction that Mr. Gray shall recuse from consideration of any matters before the JNPSD Board in which he has a pecuniary interest in the matter under considerations, unless the only interest that may accrue to him is incidental to his position or otherwise is not in conflict with Arkansas Code annotated 21-8-1001. Therefore, due to the specific reasons cited above and all matters properly considered by the board, it is hereby declared to be the intent of the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District Board to approve Mr. Gray's continued service.
So it's now up to the board.
So, what,
You gotta entertain a motion.
yeah, do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. A discussion on this?
I guess I just want to say that yes, it is two different things. Yes, we use First Arkansas Bank, but that's why we have auditors, and that's why we have checks and balances, and we get everything reviewed every year, so we don't have any conflicts of interest or mistakes or mess ups. So honestly, I don't have a problem with him being on it.
Others? Anybody else? Okay. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Passes unanimously.
I'll declare that passed unanimous.
All right. Very good. Next item we've got is the middle school athletic stipend.
Yes, before you, we have a request for you all to consider, decide tonight, or ask us to bring back more information. Right now, we have 4 athletic programs that we have at the middle school who currently receives a paid athletic stipend. And we would like, and that's football, basketball, volleyball, and track. Thank you. We would like to include baseball and softball in that. So currently, and soccer. Baseball, softball, and soccer. Currently, those coaches are volunteering in those positions, and so we wanted to bring that to you for discussion tonight. Action if you would like. If not, we can bring it back on November board. So to include baseball, softball, and soccer.
All right, what's the pleasure of the board? Do I hear a motion? Question?
And would we, obviously, would follow the same pay scale as the other
Yes,
sports or offerings?
it would be the same as the other middle school coaching positions. The same stipend amount.
I think it's great. I mean, softball and baseball especially, we're having trouble at the high school level attracting athletes to play those. Our little leagues have kind of gone away. So I think it's important to identify those students in middle school that want to play and get a feel for it and try it out. I think you can build on those skills, and it helps us build our program at the high school level. Soccer, same way. I think it's great, more opportunities for our students. I think it's, and a lot of other schools are starting to do that, and it's kind of growing. So I think it's important for us, because if we don't, then I think we're going to lose them to other districts with choice. So I think it's important too.
And it provides, I think, I mean, if I could weigh in board, it definitely provides stability to the coaching staff, which will definitely grow. Currently, our middle school coaches, football received 5%, basketball 5%, volleyball is 4%, but they're also grandfathered in from being in Pulaski County into Jacksonville. And then track is at 2%. So we would decide upon the percentage in there, probably considering the load, around 5%.
All right. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. All right, substitute pay increase.
The last action before you is the substitute pay increase. We had a meeting with our substitute provider, Kelly Services, about our fill rate, and our fill rate started to decrease because substitutes were not picking up those jobs, and so which caused more strain on our existing staff in the schools to cover those classes. And so when Mrs. Logan, our HR director, met with Kelly Services, they explained to us that the surrounding schools who also use, a school district who also use Kelly Services, they had increased their substitute pay. And so in order to be competitive with them so that we can continue to have coverage when our teachers are out and classified members are out, we're asking to propose increase that proposed pay rate before you. The $95 current rate to $105, certified teachers from $115 to $125, the paraprofessionals from $11 to $14 an hour, and then clerical from $11 an hour to $14. So the recommendation is to approve that. We have discussed these changes internally, and we hope that it is approved. So.
All right, any questions? Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously as well. Next item I've got is adjournment.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
We are adjourned. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you.
I gotta get my kids. Practice. See y'all later. Okay.